Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin Sewer Service. I'm at 1565 Kalmia Avenue. So the situation is that we have recurring backups with the kitchen drain only. And then the Snake It and other companies will get it clear for about 6 months and then rinse and repeat. So what I got here, I snaked the line with 3/8 cable, 1-inch blades, up to about 60 feet or so. 3 times with running water. The block was taken care of around the 35-foot mark. However, when I stuck my camera down there again, it was incredibly dirty still. I'm surprised. It seemed like I did a really good cleaning with it, but then whenever I stuck the camera down there, I lo and behold saw that I was really only getting, the bottom portion of the drain. So I'm very curious as to how long this will last now that I snaked even more so with bigger blades. I used 2 sets of blades instead of 1, and I kind of kinked my cable and flailed the blades out to try to get the circumference of the drain. It looks like this is years of caked up, oils and fats that occur on the drain naturally. For all we know, this has been in there for a long time, even before the house was purchased. However, we do have a couple low spots, so regardless of usage, sometimes the debris will get hung up in those low spots. It starts to get the snowball effect. So, lower left-hand side of your screen is going to be the distance indicator. We've gone through, we've removed the P-trap, gone through the drain, went straight down on a T, and then we 90'd, and we're heading straight to the front of the house. We do not turn, we do not deviate. I did mark the beginnings of 2 bellies and ends of 2 bellies with blue painter's tape. You can peep that on the job pictures. So, like I said, we went in. We're good right here. The sweep is in good shape. There's no standing water in the sweep. And so we're heading out. And like I said, around the 5-foot mark, we just started having lots and lots of white caked up material on the left, right, and top side of the drain. And I had only cleared out a little bit on the bottom section. So luckily you can see we're really clear. Now, this, we start to have very little water. So I'm going to count this as a minor belly. I marked this one. This is your first blue paint. And then I have, as we progress, you'll see we have a little bit of standing water. Not much, but it is enough to have some accumulation. So it looks to be about 7-8 feet. I did went ahead and mark the next blue paint is right here. We have a fitting coming from the bathroom. So from the left, if you're walking with the drain in the basement, this is coming from your left side. I'm going to count this as the end of the belly. So it's looking, you got about an 8-foot belly there. That's considered minor. The camera is low because it's a mini camera, and we didn't fully submerge. So it's not much, but it is something to note. And then we'll continue on, and let me try to run some water to get some of the camera cleared off so it's easier to see. Yeah, like I said, we have a pretty clear drain here. Around the 30-foot mark, or 30, I just ran some water, so there's going to be some water running down in just a second. But I marked it from 35 feet to 40 feet in the video before. Let me go all the way out to where there's water. See, now we're underwater. And maybe that will clear the camera off so we can get a better picture. But I counted this as a 5-6 or so foot belly right here. And then now we drop into the sewer. And this is right next to that vent that's at the corner of the ceiling. That's the wall and the ceiling. And then we're heading right over to the sewer clean out that is behind an access panel. So we have roughly about a 6, 7, 8-foot belly in the first third section and at the end. So that's going to cause some accumulation. The belly at the second end, or the second belly, is the one that's got more of a dip, more of a pitch issue. That's going to be more of a culprit when it comes to backing things up. So I do want to mention that they had the basement finished a few years back, and the problem started after they had the basement finished. So it makes me wonder if some sort of, pitch, something lost a bracket, something lost a hanger, maybe a hanger, broke or something of that nature, causing dips in the line. ABS is flexible, so if it's not hung up every few feet, it will cause those dips in the line like we've seen today. So I'm just curious to see if we could just put more hangers up and get a good bracing of the drain. You might not have to cut out anything, but don't hold me to that. So we have all the information we need. If there's any other questions, give Garvin Sewer Service a phone call. My name is Caleb. I will go ahead and come on back a little bit. I know it's really hard to see. Kitchens they film up the head of the camera. So yeah, you see my camera's almost fully submerged, so that'd be about an inch high, maybe a little slightly less than an inch high. And around the 30-foot mark, we're clear. So I have that marked in the basement. If there's any other questions, give Garvin Sewer Service a call. My name is Caleb. Thank you for your time.